All right, good morning. Good morning. Welcome everybody to the third quarter Breakfast of Champions this morning. So glad you're here. You made time for our students this morning. So glad to see all these students in here. Before we even get started, I just want to give everybody that's in here, as far as the students go, a big round of applause for third quarter. I think we're 87 students right now, which is huge. So let's give them a round of applause. Special thanks this morning before we get going. Tim Hortons, also want to thank Mrs. Wyatt, who's jetting that way right now, is in charge of all of the decorations of the tables, the cloths, the centerpieces, warm coffee. I don't know how to make coffee, so I'm thankful that she's here. Otherwise, I'd have a bunch of upset people. Thank you for Mr. Butler for all he's doing here at the school. His first year here, making a big impact. Most of all, I want to thank Mr. Rick Gold, who you will get to see here in a little bit. Really excited to hear from him. We're so thankful he's here, and I know you guys are hungry. I just want to say one thing because it's baseball. You know, one of my favorite movies is Field of Dreams. Everybody seen Field of Dreams? And one of the biggest taglines from there is, "If you build it, they will come." And I want to say to the students, and my message won't be anywhere near what his will be, if you guys continue on this path of straight A's and working hard in academics, good things will come to you, and they will be in abundance. And I just want to continue to push you as you go through your years. Once some of you leave here in a few weeks, I want to continue to push you to do unbelievable things, not only for you, but your family and for our community. So congratulations to all of you. We are going to go ahead and get started. I always start here in this corner. Also want to say special thanks to the Indian Nation station back there, even though he's wearing a Michigan shirt. Someone let him in the door, so I'll talk to my secretaries about that. We usually tackle those guys. So appreciate him being here this morning. Thank you to Mrs. Iddings to being here to film this. We do have a spot on our website where you guys can check out special events like this. So if you have grandparents that weren't here and would love to be a part of that, we do have the ability to access that. You can watch it. So with that said, let's get to the most important thing, the donuts right now that everybody's wanting, especially the students. We're going to start in that back corner and kind of just work this way around. You can come up on your own down here, and Mr. Butler and myself and Mrs. Gearhart will serve you. All right, hopefully the donuts and fruit are good. We're going to go ahead and get ready to introduce our guest speaker today. Mr. Gold was a Piqua High School coach and teacher, Piqua High School head baseball coach from 1985 to 2003, Piqua High School football running back coach from 91 to 2008, assistant Wittenberg baseball coach from 2004 to 2011, Rushi's head baseball coach from 2012 to 2014, started teaching math at Piqua High School in 1985 and retired from teaching in 2009. As the head coach for Piqua High School, he won over 300 games, won 4 conference championships, 2 regional championships. He coached 75 players who went on to play baseball in college and had 6 players go on to become Major League Baseball draftees. He became an assistant baseball coach in 2004 for Wittenberg University, and the team made an appearance in the Elite 8 championships. As Rushi's head coach, he won 3 conference championships, 1 sectional championship, 1 district, 1 regional, and made 1 state Elite 8 appearance. In the 21 years as a head high school baseball coach, his teams compiled a 564 wins to 261 loss record, winning 11 league, 10 sectional, 5 district championships, and a regional finalist twice. He was the Miami Valley Coach of the Year in 1976 and 1987. He was inducted into the Ohio High School Coaches Hall of Fame in 2008 and was chosen to help coach the All-Ohio Series 3 times. He was a Southwest District Rep and served as the OHSBCA President in 1994. As a Piqua High School football assistant coach, he was a running back coach for 17 years and was part of numerous conference and playoff teams, including the 2006 state championship football team. Rick and his wife, Cindy, have been married for 43 years. They are proud parents of 3 children, Josh, Alicia, and Sarah. They are also grandparents of triplets, Evelyn Grace, Jocelyn Faith, and Madeline Moore. Today, I'm so humbled to be here in front of someone with that kind of accolades and still putting the time in to be with our young people. Can you put your hands together for Mr. Rick Gold?
How we doing? It's a pleasure to be here. A real pleasure. I saw some former students walk in that are now parents, teachers, and that makes me smile. I got a lot of good memories at Piqua High School, a lot of good memories. And coached a lot of games, coached over, I don't know how many games, too many. Football, baseball, and anyway, I don't really remember the wins and losses as much as I do as the people that played for me, the people that I had in class, and it's a real pleasure when I get to see them now, 20 years later. I get a big kick out of seeing how they've changed. Instead of that cocky young guy strutting around the halls, he's now driving a van, getting his diaper bag out the back. That's what makes me smile. Watching their young kids grow up, watching their young kids torture them like they tortured me when I had them in class and on the field. I remember one time in particular being out at the football stadium on a Sunday afternoon, and Coach Ohl was there, and Blaine and Brady were there wrestling, fighting around. Darren Johns was there, and his son and daughter were going crazy, and Coach Deese was going crazy listening to everything. I've been truly blessed. I had a guy one time who played in Tennessee for a while, and he was telling me, he says, we were talking about you the other night. We were at a party, and your name came up, and we were all complaining about our job. How we didn't like this, we didn't like that. He said, we tried to think of somebody that liked what they were doing. And they said, you were the only one we came up with. You were the only one we knew that liked what they're doing. I taught math, I still teach a little bit. I coach baseball. I get a coach with Coach Lady, who played baseball for me in the mid-90s. I love doing that, that's pretty special. So anyway, I've had a very good career, and it's all because of people like you. And young people like you sitting with your mom and dads. And I hope you understand how proud your mom and dad and your grandparents are of you. I had a bad day earlier this year. I missed out on Grandparents' Day at my granddaughter's school. It was donut day, and my wife was out of town, and we couldn't go, so I was disappointed. So I want you to know how pleased your parents are to be with you today. I try to think of things to talk about today, and again, I'm more used to talking to high school kids about the Pythagorean theorem, the quadratic formula, and things like that. I doubt if you'd be interested in any of that today. Might bring back some nightmares. I do have triplet granddaughters. They're in the 5th grade, and I thought, well, I could start out my speech talking about that. The only advice I really gave to them was stay away from boys till they're 21. So that probably wouldn't be apropos. So anyway, we'll talk about baseball. And I hope you don't mind if I wear my hat. I know you're not, my grandma used to smack me upside the back of the head because I had a hat on in the house. But I feel a lot more comfortable. And for our teachers here, I've never made a PowerPoint before. So I have no idea if this is going to work. Sweet. That's a big relief right there. So anyway, we'll talk about baseball, because I really like baseball. Mr. Kaufman, I think it is, had a picture of Harbin Field up there. Again, I spent a lot of years at Harbin Field, a lot of good years. Following Coach Harbin and Coach Krejci as baseball coach was a big deal. Baseball was pretty important at Pickla High School. And we wanted Harbin Field to be one of the best places around. And Coach Levy's continued that. The effort that they put into the field is pretty special. All-Stars. Or let's talk about this first, excuse me. I still remember, I don't know about you guys, anybody been to Great American Ballpark? Any of the guys, young guys, girls go to Great American Ballpark or go watch the Dragons play? I still remember going to Crosby Field. Now, you youngins won't remember Crosby Field, but the oldens will. And I can still walking in behind home plate or home plate entrance and walking out there and seeing that bright green grass for the first time. I just amazed, just couldn't get over it. And then going to Riverfront Stadium and finding Great American Ballpark. Again, going to the ballpark is pretty special. To me and to my kids, pretty expensive, but it's pretty special. One of the pictures I saw last year online was this. Anybody know who the big guy is? Who is it? Aaron Judge. Who's he play for? The dreaded Yankees. Any Yankees fans? Yeah, Brian. No accounting for it. You go stand with that Michigan guy back there. Who's the short guy? Jose Altuve. Jose Altuve is 5'6". Signed a contract when he was 16 years old from Venezuela. Aaron Judge is what, 6'7", 285. Huge guy. Huge guy. In baseball and in many things, size doesn't matter. It's the size of your heart, the size of your passion, what you bring to the table is what's important. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't do something. That's ridiculous. I can remember teachers every now and then, us old teachers get whatever in the mood and would complain about kids. Kids are kids. When they find their passion, they're going to be pretty special. And I hope that each one of you finds something that you love to do. How about these two? Who's the big guy on the left? Any basketball people? Shaquille O'Neal. How about that little short little girl? No gymnastic people in here? Simone Biles from the Olympics. Again, size doesn't matter. It's how hard you're willing to work, the effort that you're willing to put into it, the passion you have. Tom Brady, he's okay for a quarterback. And I don't know if girls, you know who this one is? Mia Hamm, soccer, World Cup champion. Jenny Finch, she's one of my favorite. First of all, because she's good looking. Wow. And next, you can't see this. This is Albert Pujols. I don't know if I can play this or not. Whoa. Maybe not. Nope. Anyway, it's a video of Jenny Finch. She was an Olympic softball player. She's about 6'3" or something like that. Very good pitcher. And the gentleman batting is Albert Pujols. I don't know if the young guys know Albert Pujols or not, but he played for the St. Louis Cardinals, now with the Anaheim Angels. He's a great, great hitter. Anyway, she smoked him one day before an all-star game. So again, the only thing that limits you is you. The attitude that you bring to your class, which apparently is very, very positive, which I'm glad to hear, and the attitude that you bring into the things that you do. Everybody complains about stuff. Things are too hard, etc. Well, it's not the problem that's the problem. It's the attitude that you bring to the problem, how you attack things. Now, here are some local all-stars. Those were the professional all-stars. First guy is Mike Smith. In fact, Mike Smith used to live right across the street here. And I would have people that would tell me that when he was growing up, when they would drive by, he was over here at the old hospital throwing a ball against the wall, fielding the ball. Or he'd be out in his backyard and his mom would be throwing in bottle caps and he would be hitting bottle caps with a broomstick. Mike went to be an All-American at Indiana University. He is the only college player to win the Triple Crown. He led the nation with most home runs, most RBIs, and batting average. Was drafted in the 4th round by the Texas Rangers. Made it all the way to AAA, won a AAA championship at Indianapolis, I think it was, and then finally retired from baseball and now lives in Texas. This other guy. Anybody know the guy on the bottom? See anybody? He's a pretty good one. I had the pleasure of coaching Brandon. I would tell people that I would teach Brandon how to do things in slow motion, because I'm old and slow and he is young and fast. And Brandon was quite a player for us at Pickle High School. Got a chance to play in the state championship up at Massillon, which was an unbelievable night. He went on to play at Ohio State and went on to play in with Green Bay. Now has married with kids. He lives, I think, in Charlotte, I believe he just moved to from Philadelphia. And the thing that always amazed me about Brandon Sane was how quiet he was. He wasn't really ego-driven. He was a nice guy. He talked to people. He just wasn't that big star athlete. He was a great guy, a good student. I had him in pre-calculus class and stuff. And it was just a pleasure that in my teaching career to come across people like him. I don't know if you know, who's the guy on the left? Anybody know? Kristen King, that's correct. Kristen was about this tall, all right? And she grew up to be about that tall. And she was an Olympic hockey player. Again, she put so much time in, her and her mom driving everywhere to play hockey when she was growing up. In fact, she came to my baseball camp a couple years. And she was a heck of a college softball player as well, played at Dartmouth. Next is Kylie Hayes. Kylie went on to play at, I think it was Memphis State, a very good soccer player. And here's some other all-stars. I don't know if you can recognize those pictures or not. I don't know if I got all of them or not, but I went through the guide for intermediate school. These are teachers here at the intermediate that were students of mine. And again, that's what just gives me a thrill when I see people like that. Again, you have people like Shaquille O'Neal and those guys that go on to be pro careers. They're great all-stars. Well, these people are great all-stars. Your parents, your grandparents are great all-stars. They put their time in with you. They want you to do well. I assume when they go to bed at night, they say a prayer that things go well for you the next day at school, that you grow up to be a good person, that school goes well for you, etc. These are the people in your daily lives that really, really care about you and put their time to help things go right for you. So we're all not going to grow up to be the professional players. We're going to grow up to be teachers, construction workers. We're going to be hopefully good at what we do and have service to others as well. This one is pretty special to me. Her name is Abby Hardman. Her mom is the superintendent's secretary. And the reason I'm kind of fond of Abby is I had a heart issue, or still do every now and then. I have AFib. And so anyway, I had a procedure done down at Kettering Hospital. And anyway, they wheel me into the operating room and I see all these screens up there. And I thought, holy moly. So anyway, when I got done, or for some reason I heard Abby. I thought, what? Anyway, when I came out and I said, was there an Abby here? And it turned out to be Abby Hardman. She was a lady that ran all those computer things to make sure my surgery went well. So you never know what you're going to be doing. You may not be the star athlete, but you may be the doctor, the lawyer, the engineer that designs this school one day. So I hope that you have a passion, or define that passion that you love. I hope that you're willing to take risks. I have, like I said, I have triplet granddaughters, and they don't look alike. One's taller, etc., etc. It's amazing to me. I don't know about you, Prince. It's amazing to me how different my grandkids are. They came from the same thing and the same person, people, and they're so different. But anyway, I got one granddaughter that does everything. She's Miss Popular. I got another one that likes math and science. And I got another one that she's really shy. But she does like art. And so they go to Tiff City. They had a little production. And so she worked on the stage. She didn't want to be in the production. She worked on the sets, painting and things like that. Well, this year, she decided she wanted to be in it. So we go, and we didn't know this. Here she had a solo. And we were just amazed and proud that she went from a person who did not want to be in it to taking that risk of getting up in front of their friends and maybe making a mistake and being too shy to participate. So we were really, really proud of our granddaughter that day. So I hope that you all learn how to take risk, how that you believe in yourself, and that you're not afraid to embarrass yourself. Sometimes the best things happen when you embarrass yourself. Look at me up here. And I didn't realize there was going to be video evidence of this. So anyway, I've had a great career, met great people, and there was one little story I wanted to end up with. Bumped into a former player at a get-together in Miami School District, and he had like a 4th grade son. And anyway, he wanted me to introduce his son. He plays baseball, loves baseball, I coach baseball, etc. Anyway, he got called, the dad got called away, and the son's still standing there. And the son looked up at me and said, "So you're Coach Gold." All I hear is, "Coach Gold this, Coach Gold that. Coach Gold wouldn't put up with that." He just kind of stared at me and shook his head and walked away. I didn't realize, they always tell you how important your words are that you say, and I never quite realized it until I heard that. And that really made me change my coaching a little bit. I didn't realize at that time the things I said would be repeated by my players. And yesterday, I happened to give a lesson to the son of a former player. And how that's going to be repeated pretty much all over the United States. I got players in Colorado, Texas, Carolinas, everywhere. And boy, did that shake me up a little bit. I thought people are repeating what I said. That is not a good thing. So anyway, that really, really changed me and how I presented myself and things to my players. And so I want you to remember how your words can be pretty important to your friends. I hope you have great friends. I sure do. I had the opportunity to coach with Bill Neese, Troy Old, Rick Krejci. They're great people. They're great people that work hard, who have your back. They're there for you. And I hope that you, as you grow up, develop friends like that. That will look out for you. People that are your mentors, that help cause you to challenge yourself to be a better person. Hope that you take risk and put yourself out there. And if you can do that, you're going to have a pretty good life and you're going to have a lot of fun. One last thing. This is for the grandparents. When I was inducted into the Pickle Hall of Fame, which was an outstanding night in January, when I got done, I was going out to the lobby or the cafeteria of the high school, and a student came up to me that I just subbed for a couple years ago, and he looked up at me and told me, "Congratulations." He says, "I didn't realize you were somebody." I want you young guys to know that your grandparents actually had a life at one time, or your grandparents. So make sure you say thank you for them caring so much about you. Thank you very much. It was my pleasure today.
Let's give one more round of applause for Mr. Gold being here this morning. This time I'd like to invite up Mrs. Gearhart, our assistant principal, and Mr. Butler, the other assistant, for our certificates. Mrs. Alliance boss man. What do we need to do? Just tell me.
Figure it out.
Okay.
Each student gets one of these. Each student qualified for first.
You want to do that first?
Yeah. No. They can go through you guys and then come.
Get a certificate, get a bag. Okay, students, don't leave here without a certificate and a goodie bag. All right. I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Gearhart because she is unbelievable with the names and I'm not, so I'm going to give that to her and she's going to do it. And
Alright guys, just want to say congratulations to everyone. These are in alphabetical order, so don't panic. Aubriana Anders. Ava Andrus. Bryson Engel. Bella Arzola. Kay Ball. Medalis Bixler. Miley Brock. Jack Chappie. Grace Coppice. Elizabeth Copsey. Jada Cabal. Cade Dingworth. AJ Edward. Caden Eric. Ryan Eric. Kaylee Elliott. Jacob Emmerich. Owen Fast. Tatiana Foos. Addison Ford. Abigail Frost. Marin Thunderberg. Natalia Garcia. Ashlyn Gerhardt. Diana Gertner Agudelo. Madeline Godfrey. Aaliyah Hassel. John Hess. Braden Holtho. Lane Howard. Elizabeth Hubbard. Gavin Hall. Gianna James. Jacob Jensvold. Jace Johnson. Dylan Johnston. Paige Kinney. Emery Coleman. Tate Coleman. Gracie LaPointe. Andon Lockman. Trenton Lockman. Addie Leisure. Sierra Leonard. Michael Locker. Chloe Martin. Isabella McGraw. Jack McMacken. Matthew Meering. Jaden Melvin. Alexis Mertsky. Gracelyn Neal. Brylan Norris. Elena Oakes. Drake Owen. Hannah Palmer. Kimber Patton. Brianna Penny. Hannah Peterson. Ty Pettis. Alexandria Preston. Emma Preston. Richard Price. Evian Rojas. Caitlin Schlosser. Chloe Slutz. Abigail Smay. That's my bag. Sorry. Roman Scott. Okay, Aaron Slaughter. sorry guys. Okay, Devin Smith, we're on the right track here. Bryson Snap. Haley Snelling. Jenna Snyder. Hunter Stenke. Haley Stout. Ben Thompson. Caden Wally. Johnny Ward. McKenna Watson. Berkeley Webster. Ian Wessel. Austin Wiltice.
All right, let's give a round of applause for our award winners. Just show of hands real quick. How many people this is first time for third quarter? Raise your hand. Awesome. How many people have done it 2 quarters this year? At least 2. How many all 3? Let's give it a round of applause for that, guys. Awesome. We're going to get you guys goodie bags in a little bit, but right now I want to thank all the parents and grandparents and special guests that came in. We're glad you're here. We hope you enjoyed everything this morning. I know a lot of you want group pictures, so we're going to keep students up here smiling. Students, you have some energy now. You have donuts in your belly, so we want smiles. And then once you come down from the stage, we're going to have you go over and get a goodie bag, and that'll conclude our ceremony, okay? Thanks again for coming in. We're glad you're here. Have a great day.